Good afternoon. Please introduce yourself and the neighborhood that you live in.
Hi, I'm Steve Dover, and I live in the Franklin Park subdivision.
Well, welcome, Steve. So tell us, what is your vision, both short and long term, for the Providence Master HOA?
So I'm, new to this side of town. I'm new to Providence. Only moved in 6 or 7 months ago. So, for me, the big draw was to move to a neighborhood where everything was, I guess, watched over or protected. My investments protected from an HOA or by an HOA from stuff like, people. My old neighborhood, somebody painted their house blue, someone else pink, and someone else yellow. And I'm like, oh, I've got to find a more stable neighborhood. So my vision would be that we can keep our community to a high standard where everybody's home values can continue to increase and have stability and also a really good community feel. I would love for people to get involved and to be good neighbors, and I think by doing those kind of things we can help keep crime down and we can make Providence the place to live.
Great. All right, so describe, and you kind of already did this, but describe why you would like to be on the board, and if given that opportunity, what do you see as a big priority for the incoming board?
I'm running for the board really because I just wanted to give service to my community. I just wanted to be a part of, I think if people get involved in the community, it's only better. So I don't have any agenda really. I don't know enough about what's been happening in Providence, I guess, to say, what would be the big thing that I'd be focused on. For me, it's really just about trying to help the community be solvent in a way, I guess. We all have dues that we have to pay, and to me, I guess it's just really important that the HOA is really careful with the money, that they spend it wisely, that they spend it frugally and do things to help the community without causing additional burden on people. So that's what I would be looking for.
Okay, and then briefly describe for us your skills and your experiences that would be of a benefit to the overall success of the Providence Master HOA.
Okay, so I, by trade, I'm a title professional for title and escrow companies. I've got 26 years here in Las Vegas that I've been doing title and escrow work, and we deal a lot with HOAs and a lot with people, residents, realtors, buying and selling homes. And currently I'm the president of Lawyers Title Nevada. It's my company, and there I manage my profit and loss statement, and I manage my budget, and so I've got a lot of experience with dealing with numbers and money and trying to keep it all straight and not overspend. So I guess that's it. Okay.
And then within the framework of the position you're running for, please share with us your strengths and weaknesses, starting off with leadership.
Okay. So like I said, I'm the president of my company. So leadership is the key thing for us. I've actually taken my company and doubled our profit margins in the last 2 years and increased our market share by 3%. And I've done this all by creating a different kind of culture for my company than maybe it had in the past. And that culture is really about being a true leader. Not a dictator, not a micromanager, just a leader. I show my employees by example, how we want to run the company, and they get excited. I motivate them, and they get excited to do things. And as the result, as our company has been growing. So I guess that's the kind of leadership that I would bring, is a, do what I do type attitude.
Okay.
So I would always strive to encourage, like I said, participation in the HOA and participation in all the community events and things like that, because I just think the closer we are as a community, the better the community will be.
Okay, and you mentioned briefly about some of the profit and loss statements and financials. So can you expand a little bit more on your strengths and or weaknesses in regard to financial understanding?
Sure. So every month I have to report to my upper management how my operation did. So I have to be accountable for every line item on our profit and loss statement. So the income is what it is, but then I've got, 70 lines of expenses that I have to be able to explain every single number if they ask the question. So I'm very detail oriented in understanding where every penny goes from my operation. And I would do the same for the HOA, make sure that every penny is accounted for and nothing's wasted. And then I also do budgets twice a year with my company, a yearly budget and then a mid-year budget. And every month I report on where I'm at with that budget. So that it's constantly part of our monthly goals that we do. Are we going to hit our budget number so that we can, keep the money flowing the way it's supposed to be?
Okay. And then Steve, share with us your strengths and or weaknesses in regard to social, like building and strengthening the sense of community.
Okay. I am, again, trying to be very active in the community. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing to me. I'm very active in my church, which is local here in Providence. And all of that, I guess, leads to the social side of things, in encouraging people and helping people and definitely giving service. That's a really big part of what I like to do. I also serve as the current president of the Nevada Land Title Association. It's a volunteer position similar to an HOA board. Mm-hmm. And again, I do that because I want to help my industry. Just want to, be there and give the best support that I can give to people. And I do it, I guess my strength on that is, again, the positivity that I bring to both of my organizations and that I would bring to the HOA board. It'd be all about a positive experience for everybody involved. Even in the the collecting of dues, we all have dues we need to pay and they have to be paid to keep the HOA going. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you have to beat people with a stick to make that happen. There's positive ways that we can work with people and help. And I heard stories when we were doing our community event last week about some people maybe struggling because physically unable to do so. Maybe they just had surgery, or maybe things that keep them from keeping their yard up or whatever. Okay, well, there's things we can do. I could get 20 volunteers at somebody's house in a week to help them. There's things that we can do, I think, to help the community when they're in need. And I guess that's just the approach I would take from my strengths, I guess, on that. My weaknesses on that, I don't know. I haven't been the world's best people person in the past. I guess that's something that I'm focused on becoming better at. And I mean that, I guess, I used to have a pretty low tolerance for people that annoyed me. But I've been really working on, everybody has their story and everybody has a different personality, and we got to be accepting of everybody. So that's what I'm working on.
Okay. Okay. And then as far as strengths and weaknesses go, architectural, understanding established guidelines and their application. What strengths or weaknesses do you have in regard to
So my strengths on that would be, like I said, I've been in the title industry for a while, which means we research properties. I've probably read more CC&Rs than anybody in town, because over 26 years, every house we do has CC&Rs. We don't read them on every house, but I've read them through the years for most subdivisions and master plan communities as part of the work that we do. So I see a lot of CC&Rs and what's in them and what is expected, that type of thing. Okay. Weaknesses, I'm not an architect or anything. I don't have design skills necessarily. Mm-hmm. I know what's pleasing to my eye, but I guess more than that, I know what's written in the CC&Rs and what we're supposed to follow. So.
Okay. All right. So briefly describe for us one aspect of a current Providence Master Homeowners Association program that you would do differently and why.
Yeah, so that one I guess I don't have a good answer for, because like I said, I haven't been here long enough to really know all the different programs that Providence HOA has right now.
Okay.
So that would be something I would be digging into as I get more involved. Regardless of the outcome of this election, I'll be getting more involved. So I'll have to find that out for next election.
Okay, that's a fair answer. And then finally, is there anything else you'd like to share that you feel has a bearing on your candidacy? No, really, other than I have no agenda. I'm not running because I have a bone to pick. I don't think the current HOA board is doing a bad job. Like I said, I love Providence from what I know of it now. I'm really just doing this to help be a part of the community, and I would love for others to do the same and just get involved. All right. Well, thank you so much, Steve, for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.